in my bag a very interesting flute. Didn't cost a lot of money and has stood the test of time with me. I've had it a long time, and I bought this flute because it's short. It's a little bit shorter than the 1.8. It's a 1.6 flute, and a lot of modern composers write for the 1.6 flute. In fact, The Sea in Spring by Michio Miyagi has a nice, sweet, high sound that you can't get on longer flutes. And so this flute, what's interesting about it, it's not the size, just the size, it's the fact that it's kind of a lowly broomstick of a piece of bamboo. In other words, it has no root, okay? It's only built for sound. And Monty Levinson in California has been making these for many years. It's called a cast bore flute. I have really nothing personally to do with him except he made this nice flute for me. And it cracked a few times and I had to put more binies on it, but once I got it solid, it was fine. And it gives you a lot of clear articulation, and because it's short, the fingers are close together, almost touching, and it's really fun to play. And it also projects well outside. It's a good folk instrument. So if you're on the beach, if you're in a public concert, if you were playing with Western instruments and you needed your flute to pop out and be up there with some of the modern instruments, this would be your guy. And what's a cast bore? Well, okay, here's the bore is the space. What's cast is there's a mandrel, a piece of steel that goes in there. It's the right shape for the shakuhachi. So the shakuhachi, the space on the inside is actually not the same width all the way through. In fact, it changes a little bit. In fact, this is a cylinder. So the space inside is another cylinder. It's been hollowed out where the nodes are. Okay, but that cylinder is not concentric. It's not even through all the way. Sometimes that cylinder gets closer to the back and then comes out again. There's a lot of mystery, and maybe a good thing to do is buy a modern flute that's been cast in the precise shape that a master used many years ago, and it makes a fabulously expensive flute that we can't afford. But nevertheless, you can cast it and modern materials reproduce it. So, well, you have plastic flutes. So what's so odd about this is it's a hybrid. It's plastic on the inside, and it's beautifully made. On the outside, we don't care about that. But actually what Monty Levinson did is he specially treated the bamboo so it has a speckled look. I don't know the secrets. So it has a dark speckled look, which is very nice. So this is a 1.6 Shakuhachi cast bore, and of course you can get a 1.6 Shakuhachi with really elaborate details that's just, you know, wonderful for the eyes. But I find that when I'm playing in public, you know, the audience has seen other flutes and I've heard different sounds, and this comes along and it's wonderful. In fact, children love the sound of this flute. So I'm going to play just the opening lines to another modern piece called Miyama Higurashi, which is about the sound of the crickets on a summer evening, and it happens to be a hot August night right now. So I've used this very effectively over the years. And finally, you might be wondering, why am I wearing a Japanese fireman coat from Chibu Prefecture, which is outside of Kyoto? Well, next question.